Lesson 1: Holiday Generosity and Workplace Fairness.
You know, with the holidays coming up, it's a time when a lot of people feel like they're being robbed in the workplace, especially when it comes to pay.
That's a really interesting point, John. The holiday season can certainly put a spotlight on issues of workplace fairness and compensation.
Exactly. I mean, you work hard all year, and then when it comes time for things like holiday bonuses or raises, it can feel like you're not being properly rewarded.
I can definitely see how that would be frustrating. The holidays are supposed to be a time of generosity, but if you feel shortchanged at work, it can really put a damper on the spirit.
Absolutely. It's like, hey, the company's making a killing, but I'm still scraping by. It just doesn't feel right, you know?
I hear you. There's a sense of imbalance when you see executives getting huge bonuses while the rank and file employees are struggling to make ends meet, even during the holidays.
Exactly. And it's not just about the money, it's about feeling valued and appreciated for the work you do. The holidays should be a time to celebrate that, not feel neglected.
That's a really good point. The holidays are a time when we should be focusing on things like gratitude, generosity, and spreading joy. But if your workplace is falling short, it can really undermine that.
Totally. I mean, a little extra holiday bonus or a thoughtful gesture from the higher ups can go a long way in boosting morale and making people feel appreciated.
Absolutely. Small acts of kindness and recognition in the workplace can make a big difference, especially during the holiday season when everyone's spirits are already high.
Exactly. It's not just about the money, it's about making people feel seen and valued for their contributions throughout the year.
Definitely. The holidays should be a time to come together and lift each other up, not feel resentful or overlooked. I hope more workplaces recognize that.
Me too. Alright, time to go spread a little holiday cheer and remind my boss that a little goes a long way.
I love it, John. Channel that holiday spirit and advocate for the fair treatment you and your coworkers deserve. Wishing you the best of luck.
Thanks, Anna. Alright, time to get to work, both literally and figuratively. This holiday season is going to be different, I can feel it.
I'm rooting for you, John. Go get 'em. And don't forget to take some time to enjoy the season with friends and loved ones too.
You got it. Alright, let's do this, fairness and generosity for all.
Lesson 2: The Timeless Appeal of Classic Literature.
Hey Anna, I was thinking about how some of the greatest works of literature have managed to captivate readers for centuries. Isn't that remarkable?
Absolutely, John. Even 100 years after they were written, the poems and plays of literary masters are still widely admired both by experts and casual readers alike.
Exactly. There's just something so timeless and universal about the best of classic literature. The themes and stories seem to transcend time and culture.
Definitely. The insights and artistry of these brilliant authors have a way of speaking to the human experience in a profound and enduring way.
Right? It's amazing how these works can continue to resonate so deeply, even generations later. There must be something special about them.
I think it's a combination of the masterful craftsmanship, the depth of emotion and ideas, and the ability to capture the essence of the human condition.
Well said. The writers were true virtuosos, able to weave together such intricate and meaningful narratives.
Absolutely. And the themes they explored, love, loss, ambition, morality, those are the timeless struggles we all grapple with as human beings.
Exactly. Their insights into the human experience seem to transcend the boundaries of time and culture.
Definitely. That's why these classic works have endured and continue to captivate new readers in every era.
Agreed. There's just an undeniable magic to them that keeps drawing people back, time and time again.
Absolutely. The power of great literature to inspire, challenge, and move us is truly remarkable.
Well said. It's a testament to the brilliance and artistry of these literary giants.
Absolutely. Their ability to create such timeless and universal works is truly awe-inspiring.
Couldn't agree more. Alright, I'm feeling inspired to revisit some of these classic masterpieces. Any recommendations?
Let me think. Perhaps we could dive into the poetic brilliance of Shakespeare or the sweeping narratives of Tolstoy?
Ooh, excellent ideas. I'm always up for exploring more of the literary greats. Where should we start?
How about we begin with a classic you've been meaning to reread? I'm happy to dive in alongside you.
Sounds perfect. Alright, time to immerse ourselves in the timeless world of great literature once again.
I can't wait. This is going to be an enriching and enlightening journey.
Absolutely. Okay, let's get started, the classics await.
Lesson 3: Discovering Culinary Treasures.
Hey, Anna, I just came across this really rare and unique cookbook that I think you'd love. Have you tried checking out any specialty cookbooks lately?
Ooh, a rare cookbook, huh? That sounds absolutely fascinating. I've been on the hunt for some new and interesting recipe sources lately. What makes this one so special?
Well, for starters, it's a collection of traditional recipes from this really obscure cultural region that not a lot of people know about. The author spent years traveling and researching to put it together.
Wow, that sounds like such an incredible find. I love discovering hidden culinary gems like that. What kinds of unique dishes does the cookbook feature?
All sorts of amazing stuff, everything from traditional breads and stews to more exotic meat and vegetable preparations. The flavors are just so vibrant and unlike anything I've tried before.
That's incredible. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. What made you stumble upon this rare cookbook in the first place?
To be honest, I was actually browsing through this little used bookstore downtown, just on a whim, and there it was tucked away on the shelf. I couldn't believe my luck.
A hidden gem in a used bookstore, that's the stuff foodie dreams are made of. I'll have to make a trip down there and see if I can uncover any other culinary treasures.
Definitely, you've got to check it out. The owner is super knowledgeable about all the unique cookbooks and specialty foods they have. I bet they could point you in the right direction.
Ooh, I'm so excited to go on a culinary adventure now. Who knows what other rare and fascinating recipe collections I might stumble upon. This is going to be fun.
Absolutely. I can't wait to hear all about the hidden gems you discover. Maybe we can even try cooking up some of the exotic dishes together sometime.
I love that idea. It would be such a fun cooking project to dive into those unique recipes and expand our culinary horizons. Count me in.
Wonderful, it's a plan then. Alright, time to get planning our next culinary adventure. This is going to be amazing.
I'm so excited, John. Discovering new and interesting foods is one of my favorite things. This is going to open up a whole new world of flavors for us.
You said it. Alright, let's do this. The quest for culinary treasures awaits.
Woohoo, let's go. This is going to be an absolute blast. I can't wait to see what gastronomic delights we uncover.
Me neither. Alright, back to the planning. This is going to be one epic foodie adventure.
Lesson 4: Cultivating Meaningful Connections.
Hey Anna, I've been thinking a lot lately about the importance of nurturing our relationships with one another, especially in the spirit of Christ.
That's a really thoughtful perspective, John. Our connections with others are so central to living a fulfilling life, aren't they?
Absolutely. I feel like it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and sometimes we forget to prioritize those meaningful bonds.
I agree completely. It's so vital that we make the conscious effort to deepen our relationships and ensure they're guided by the principles of faith and compassion.
Definitely. I think one of the most important things is being present and truly listening to one another. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own thoughts and agenda that we fail to fully engage.
That's a great point. Active listening and being fully attentive to the other person is such a gift. It shows them that they're valued and heard.
Exactly. And it's not just about the big moments, but also the everyday interactions. The little gestures and words of encouragement can make all the difference.
Absolutely. Even something as simple as a kind word or taking the time to check in on someone can have a profound impact. It's about fostering that sense of community and support.
Definitely. And of course, at the heart of it all should be the Spirit of Christ, the unconditional love, grace, and humility that should guide our interactions.
Yes, that's so important. Keeping our relationships centered on those core values of faith, compassion, and service to one another. It's what truly nourishes the soul.
Couldn't agree more. Alright, I'm feeling inspired. Let's make a pact to be more intentional about strengthening our connections with loved ones.
I love that idea, John. A little more mindfulness and deliberate effort to deepen our relationships. It's such a beautiful way to honor our faith and bring more light into the world.
Exactly. Alright, let's do this time to spread a little more love and community, one connection at a time.
I'm with you, partner. This is going to be so rewarding. Onward to more meaningful, Christ-centered relationships.
Heck yes, let's go. Alright, back to the planning. I'm feeling the inspiration flowing already.
Lesson 5: Understanding Workplace Harassment.
Anna, I need to talk to you about something important. I've become aware of some concerning issues related to sexual harassment in our workplace.
Oh my, that's quite serious. Can you tell me more about what's been going on? I want to make sure we address this properly.
Well, it seems that some inappropriate behavior and comments have been taking place, and it's making several employees feel very uncomfortable.
That's unacceptable. Sexual harassment can take many forms beyond just physical advances. Even subtle comments or gestures can cross the line.
Exactly. And it's not just the obvious instances. Sometimes an employee may be subjected to unwanted attention or inappropriate jokes that create a hostile environment.
You're absolutely right. Harassment can be insidious and hard to pinpoint at times. We need to be vigilant about recognizing all the ways it can manifest.
Definitely. The impact on the victims can be extremely damaging, both professionally and personally. We have to make it clear that this kind of behavior will not be tolerated.
I couldn't agree more. Everyone deserves to feel safe and respected in the workplace. We need to establish clear policies and reporting procedures to address this head-on.
Definitely. And I think it's important that we provide training and education for all employees on what constitutes harassment and how to recognize it.
That's an excellent idea. Proactive measures like that can go a long way in fostering a healthier, more inclusive work environment.
Absolutely. And of course, any reported incidents need to be investigated thoroughly and dealt with swiftly and appropriately.
Couldn't agree more. There can be no gray area when it comes to protecting our employees from harassment and discrimination.
Right on. Alright, let's get the ball rolling on this. I want to make sure we nip this issue in the bud and make our workplace a safe, respectful space for everyone.
I'm with you, John. This is a critical issue that requires our immediate attention and action. Let's work together to create the change we need to see.
Fantastic, I'm ready to dive in. Alright, time to get the ball rolling on addressing this harassment situation head on.
Absolutely. I'm glad we're tackling this proactively. With the right policies and training, I know we can cultivate a workplace culture of mutual respect and understanding.
You got that right. Alright, let's do this time to stamp out harassment and build a healthier work environment for all.
Lesson 6: Backyard Bliss.
Hey Anna, I agree, I love the idea of just lounging and enjoying the sun in our backyard. It's the perfect way to unwind after a long day.
Absolutely. There's nothing quite like spending some quality time outdoors, soaking up the warmth and serenity. It's so rejuvenating.
Definitely. Plus, with the nice patio set we've got and all the beautiful greenery, our backyard is like our own little oasis.
Ooh, yes. The patio furniture is so comfortable, and I just love how lush and peaceful the whole space feels. It's our own personal sanctuary.
Exactly. And the best part is, we don't even have to go anywhere to enjoy it. Everything we need is right here, just a few steps outside.
Absolutely. No crowded beaches or busy parks, just us, the sun, and our little outdoor retreat. It's pure bliss.
Couldn't agree more. I feel like we should take advantage of it more often, you know? Just carve out some time to truly unwind and disconnect.
Definitely. It's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind and forget to slow down and savor the simple pleasures. But this backyard of ours is the perfect remedy.
Exactly. Even just an hour or two out here, sipping a cool drink and listening to the birds, can really do wonders for the mind and body.
Absolutely. It's like pressing the reset button. All the stresses and worries just melt away when you're surrounded by that natural serenity.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Alright, I'm convinced we need to start making more time for backyard bliss. Who knows, maybe we can even get the grill going and have a little outdoor dinner party.
Ooh, I love that idea. A backyard barbecue sounds absolutely perfect. We can set up some string lights, maybe light a few candles, and just bask in the warmth of good food, good company, and good vibes.
I'm already feeling more relaxed just thinking about it. Alright, let's do it. Time to plan our next backyard oasis adventure.
Yes, let's. I can't wait. This is going to be so rejuvenating. Outdoor living at its finest.
You got that right. Alright, let's get to it. Backyard bliss awaits.
Lesson 7: Overcoming Olympic Obstacles.
Anna, did you know that cooperating with the International Olympic Committee in the early years was an extreme challenge for de Coubertin?
Really? I didn't realize there were so many obstacles in the early days of the modern Olympic Games. What kind of challenges did de Coubertin face?
Well, for starters, the IOC was highly skeptical of de Coubertin's vision to revive the ancient Greek games. They were hesitant to get behind something so unconventional.
That's fascinating. I would have thought the IOC would have been eager to support the revival of such a prestigious global event.
You'd think, right? But de Coubertin had to really fight to convince them of the merits and importance of the modern Olympics.
Wow, that must have been incredibly frustrating. He was trying to bring back this historic tradition, and the very organization meant to oversee it was resistant.
Exactly. And not only that, but de Coubertin also faced a lot of opposition from various national athletic associations that were reluctant to participate.
I can imagine that made getting the whole thing off the ground even more challenging. He must have had to do a lot of diplomacy and negotiation.
Absolutely. It took years of tireless effort on his part to finally get the Olympic movement up and running in a cohesive, global way.
That's incredible. It's amazing to think of all the behind-the-scenes work and persistence it took to revive the Olympics and make them the worldwide phenomenon they are today.
You got that right. De Coubertin's vision and determination in the face of so many obstacles is truly inspiring.
I agree completely. He must have had an incredible passion and belief in the power of the Olympic spirit to keep pushing forward despite all the resistance.
Definitely. And look where it's gotten us, the Olympics are now one of the most celebrated and prestigious global events.
Absolutely. It just goes to show what can be achieved through sheer willpower, vision, and a commitment to something greater than oneself.
Well said. Alright, let's hear it for the pioneering efforts of de Coubertin and all those who helped make the modern Olympics a reality.
Yes, absolutely. Cheers to overcoming the obstacles and bringing the world together through the universal language of sports.
Couldn't agree more. Alright, time to dive deeper into the rich history of the Olympic movement. This is fascinating stuff.
Lesson 8, Discussing the latest action blockbuster.
Hey Anna, I heard there's a new action film out that's been getting great reviews. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't had a chance to catch that one. What have you heard about it? Is it worth checking out?
Based on the buzz I've been hearing, it sounds like a really thrilling and well-executed action flick. The stunts and special effects are apparently off the charts.
Ooh, that sounds right up my alley. I do love a good high-octane action movie, especially when the production value is top-notch.
Definitely. And the reviews seem to be raving about the lead actor's performance too. Apparently, they really nailed the perfect balance of intensity and charisma.
Nice, that's always a key ingredient for a successful action hero. Someone who can pull off the physicality but also has that magnetic screen presence.
Exactly. Plus, I heard the storyline is surprisingly compelling, with some unexpected plot twists and complex character arcs.
That's intriguing. I do appreciate when an action movie has a bit more substance to it beyond just endless fight scenes and explosions.
Same here. It's always better when there's an engaging narrative to go along with all the high octane thrills.
Absolutely. Well, you've definitely piqued my interest, John. I'll have to make a point of checking out this new action flick soon.
Definitely do it. I have a feeling you're going to really enjoy it. All the elements seem to be there for a truly riveting cinematic experience.
Excellent, I'm sold. Alright, time to add this to my must-see list. Thanks for the recommendation, John.
You got it. I'm sure we'll have a blast discussing it afterwards. Action movie buff bonding time, am I right?
Haha, absolutely. Can't wait to dive in and get our adrenaline pumping. This is gonna be fun.
You know it. Alright, let's do this. It's time to indulge in some next level action movie goodness.
I'm so ready. Bring on the explosions, fight scenes, and plot twists. This is gonna be epic.
Heck yeah, let's do it. Alright, movie date night is officially on the agenda.
Lesson 9, The Battle of Little Bighorn.
Hey Anna, did you know about the Battle of Little Bighorn and the ambush that the American forces had faced?
No, I'm not familiar with that particular battle. Can you tell me more about what happened?
Well, it was a major engagement during the Great Sioux War of 1876. The American force, led by General Custer, consisted of around 570 soldiers.
Wow, that's a sizable force. And who were they up against exactly?
They were facing off against a combined force of around 450 Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho warriors, who had actually prepared an ambush for the Americans.
An ambush, huh? That must have put Custer's men at a serious disadvantage then.
Absolutely. The running fight that ensued was incredibly intense and chaotic. Custer and his entire command were ultimately wiped out.
Oh my goodness, that's a devastating loss for the American side. What led to such a crushing defeat?
Well, the Native American forces were highly skilled and experienced warriors, and they had the element of surprise on their side with the ambush.
I see. So Custer and his men were simply outmatched and outmaneuvered in that engagement?
Exactly. The Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho fighters were able to surround and overwhelm Custer's troops, who were greatly outnumbered.
That's an incredible and tragic historical event. I can only imagine how monumental of a loss that was for the American army at the time.
Absolutely. It was a major turning point in the Great Sioux War and a devastating blow to the U.S. military's attempts to subdue the Native American tribes.
Fascinating. It really highlights the skill and resilience of the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho warriors in the face of the American forces.
Definitely. They were able to utilize their intimate knowledge of the terrain and superior tactical prowess to pull off this remarkable victory.
It's a captivating piece of history. I'm grateful you shared this story with me. It's a powerful example of how the underdog can sometimes triumph against the odds.
Couldn't agree more. Alright, time to dive even deeper into the details of this epic battle. There's so much more fascinating history to unpack.
Absolutely, I'm hooked. This is going to be an engaging and enlightening exploration of a crucial moment in American Native relations.
Exactly. Alright, let's get to it. The Battle of Little Bighorn is calling, and I can't wait to uncover more of its profound lessons.
Me neither. This is going to be an incredible learning experience. Onward to unraveling the intricacies of this pivotal clash of cultures.
You got that right. Alright, let's do this. History buffs assemble.
Lesson 10, Planning the Perfect Getaway.
Hey Anna, have you started planning our upcoming trip yet? I'm getting really excited about it.
Yes, I've been looking into booking some accommodations and activities. What kind of vacation did you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking it would be nice to find a cozy little cabin in the mountains, somewhere we can really unwind and reconnect with nature.
Ooh, that sounds absolutely lovely. The fresh mountain air and serene surroundings would be the perfect antidote to our busy lives.
Exactly. And I was hoping we could find a place with some fun outdoor recreation options, like hiking or kayaking.
Perfect. That way we can stay active and adventurous, but also have plenty of time to simply relax and recharge.
Definitely. And maybe we could even find a cabin with a nice hot tub or fireplace for those cozy evenings.
Now you're talking. That would be the ultimate in relaxation and romance. I love the sound of that.
Great minds think alike, my dear. Alright, so I'll start scouring some cabin rental sites and see what we can find.
Wonderful. I can't wait to see what kind of hidden gem we uncover. This is going to be such a wonderful getaway.
I agree completely. A little taste of mountain bliss is exactly what we need right about now.
Absolutely. Just the thought of it is making me feel more relaxed already. I can practically smell the pine trees.
Same here. Alright, let's get this planning underway. The sooner we nail down the details, the sooner we can start packing our bags.
I'm so on board. This is going to be epic. I can already picture us cuddled up by the fireplace, sipping hot cocoa under the stars.
Boo, that mental image is perfection. Alright, time to make that dream a reality. Cabin hunting commences now.
I'm right there with you, partner. Let's do this. The ultimate mountain getaway awaits.
You got that right. Alright, let's get to it. Adventure calling, and I can't wait to answer.
Lesson 11, Preparing for the Perfect Getaway.
Alright, Anna, I think we've found the perfect cabin for our upcoming mountain retreat. This is really coming together nicely.
Fantastic. I'm so excited. What are the details on the cabin? Does it have all the cozy amenities we were hoping for?
Absolutely. It's got a gorgeous stone fireplace, a luxurious hot tub, and even a little kitchenette for us to whip up some meals.
Ooh, sounds divine. And the location is good too, I presume? Somewhere nice and secluded, with plenty of outdoor activities nearby?
You got it. It's nestled right in the heart of the mountains, with easy access to hiking trails, a beautiful lake, and all sorts of other outdoor adventures.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I can already picture us there, relaxing and reconnecting with nature. This is going to be just what we need.
I couldn't agree more. And the best part is, we have enough time before the trip to make sure we have everything we need.
Excellent point. That'll give us plenty of time to gather all the necessary supplies and plan out our itinerary.
Exactly. I was thinking we could make a list of everything we'll want to pack: hiking gear, cozy clothes, cooking essentials, that sort of thing.
Ooh, yes, a packing list is a must. That way we don't forget anything crucial and can just focus on enjoying our time away.
Precisely. And we can look into any special permits or activities we want to reserve in advance too.
Good thinking. Wouldn't want to show up and find out the best kayaking tours are already booked solid.
Absolutely. Alright, let's get cracking on that planning. The more organized we are, the more relaxed we can be once we're there.
Absolutely. I'm on it. This is going to be the most seamless, stress-free mountain getaway ever.
I have no doubt. Alright, time to get this show on the road. Destination: pure blissful serenity.
Yes, let's do it. I can't wait to unwind in that cozy cabin and soak up all the natural beauty. This is going to be amazing.
You said it. Alright, let's make it happen. Our dream mountain retreat awaits.
Lesson 12: The Wonders of Industrial Innovation.
Hey Anna, did you know that the steam engine, the screw propeller, and the power of electricity were all major breakthroughs in the Industrial Revolution?
Wow, I had no idea those were such pivotal innovations during that time period. Can you tell me more about their significance?
Absolutely. The steam engine, for instance, completely transformed transportation and manufacturing. It allowed for much more powerful and efficient machinery.
That's fascinating. I can only imagine how revolutionary that must have been, to have access to that kind of mechanical power.
Exactly. And the screw propeller was a game changer for maritime technology, making ships faster and more maneuverable.
Incredible. It's amazing how those seemingly simple innovations could have such a profound impact on industries and exploration.
Definitely. And then you've got the emergence of electricity, which opened up all sorts of new possibilities, like the ability to send messages along wires.
Ah, yes, the telegraph. That must have been a huge leap forward in communication and information exchange.
Absolutely. It really shrunk the world in a lot of ways, allowing for much faster transmission of data and news.
That's remarkable. The Industrial Revolution was clearly a period of immense technological breakthroughs and advancements.
Absolutely. These innovations really laid the groundwork for the modern world as we know it today.
It's fascinating to think about how much our lives have been shaped by those pivotal discoveries and inventions.
Definitely. The steam engine, the screw propeller, electricity, they all transformed industries and daily life in profound ways.
I'm in awe of the ingenuity and vision of the pioneers who were responsible for those groundbreaking developments.
Me too. They really paved the way for so much of the progress and technology we enjoy today.
Absolutely. It's humbling to reflect on just how much our modern world is indebted to the innovators of the Industrial Revolution.
Couldn't agree more. Alright, I'm officially inspired to dive deeper into the history and impact of these game-changing innovations.
Yes, me too. This has been a fascinating glimpse into a pivotal era of human progress. I can't wait to learn more.
Excellent, let's do it. The wonders of industrial innovation are calling, and I'm ready to uncover all their secrets.
Absolutely, let's go. This is going to be an eye-opening exploration of technological milestones that changed the world.
You got that right. Alright, time to get our history buff on. The Industrial Revolution awaits.
Lesson 13, Exploring Influencer Marketing.
Hey Anna, have you been exploring any new ideas for boosting our sales lately?
As a matter of fact, I've been thinking a lot about influencer marketing. It seems like it could be a really effective strategy for us.
Influencer marketing, huh? That's an interesting concept. What exactly does that entail?
Well, the idea is to partner with influential people or personalities in our industry who have a strong following on social media.
Ah, I see. So they would essentially promote our products or services to their audience, right?
Exactly. The hope is that their endorsement and reach would help drive more traffic and sales our way.
That does sound promising. What kind of influencers were you thinking of reaching out to?
I was looking at some of the top bloggers and Instagram stars in our niche. They seem to have a really engaged following.
Interesting. And how would we go about collaborating with them? What's the typical process?
Usually it involves sending them free products or paying them a fee to feature our stuff in their content.
I see. And what kind of results can we expect from that kind of partnership?
Well, the best case scenario is a significant boost in brand awareness and a noticeable uptick in sales.
Wow, that would be amazing. It's definitely worth exploring further then. What do you think our next steps should be?
I think the first step is identifying the right influencers to target, ones that align well with our brand and target audience.
Excellent idea. And then we can start reaching out to them, pitching our collaboration ideas.
Exactly. I'm really excited about the potential of this strategy. I have a good feeling it could be a game changer for us.
Me too. Alright, let's dive in and see what kind of influencer magic we can work. This is gonna be fun.
Absolutely. I can't wait to get the ball rolling. Influencer marketing, here we come.
You said it. Alright, time to work our connections and find us some social media superstars.
Yes, let's do it. This is going to be a game-changing opportunity, I just know it.
I agree completely. Alright, let's make it happen. The future of our sales depends on it.
Lesson 14, The Fascinating Inuit Culture.
Hey Anna, did you know that the indigenous people of the Arctic regions are called the Inuit?
Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't familiar with that term. What can you tell me about the Inuit people?
Well, the word Inuit actually means the people in their language. They're native to the circumpolar regions of the Arctic, including parts of Canada, Alaska, Greenland, and Russia.
Fascinating. I imagine living in such a harsh, frigid climate must have required some incredible survival skills and adaptations.
Absolutely. The Inuit have developed highly specialized hunting and fishing techniques to thrive in those extreme environments.
I can only imagine. What are some of the unique aspects of Inuit culture and traditions?
Well, their traditional way of life is very closely tied to the land and sea. They're expert navigators and have an incredible knowledge of the local wildlife and ecosystems.
That's really impressive. And how do they maintain that deep connection to their environment in modern times?
Many Inuit communities still practice traditional subsistence activities like hunting, fishing, and gathering. They've worked to preserve their language, art, and cultural practices.
That's wonderful to hear. It's so important to protect and celebrate Indigenous cultures, especially those that are so deeply intertwined with their natural surroundings.
Absolutely. The Inuit have so much to teach us about sustainable living and adapting to challenging environments.
I agree. Their resilience and reverence for the land is truly inspirational. What are some of the unique aspects of Inuit art and handicrafts?
They're renowned for their intricate carvings, weavings, and traditional clothing made from materials like sealskin and caribou fur.
Wow, that sounds absolutely beautiful and practical. I'd love to see some examples of their artistic expressions.
Me too. I think exploring Inuit art and culture in more depth would be a truly fascinating learning experience.
Definitely. There's so much richness and wisdom to uncover from this incredible Indigenous group.
Couldn't agree more. Alright, let's dive deeper into the world of the Inuit. I can already tell there's so much to discover.
Absolutely, I'm right there with you. This is going to be an eye-opening exploration of a truly unique and resilient culture.
Definitely. Alright, let's get to it. The Arctic awaits, and the Inuit people have so much to teach us.
I can't wait. This is going to be an incredible learning journey. Onward to the fascinating world of the Inuit.
Well said. Alright, let's do this time to uncover the secrets of one of the world's most remarkable indigenous cultures.
Lesson 15: Thoughtful Presentation Strategies.
Hey Anna, I wanted to touch base about our upcoming presentation. I have a few thoughts I wanted to share.
Great, I'm all ears. What do you have in mind?
Well, first of all, I think it's important that we keep the needs of our audience in mind throughout the process.
Absolutely, that's a great point. We want to make sure the content is engaging and accessible for them.
Exactly. And along those lines, I noticed you used a lot of technical jargon in the draft presentation.
Oh, good catch. You're right, we'll want to simplify the language and avoid overly complex terminology.
Definitely. The goal is to inform and educate, not to confuse or alienate our audience.
Excellent advice. Keep that in mind for future presentations as well. Any other suggestions?
Well, I also think it would be helpful to incorporate some more visual aids, charts, graphs, even short videos.
Ooh, yes, that's a great idea. Visual elements can really help bring the content to life.
Absolutely. It keeps people engaged and helps reinforce the key points we're making.
I love it. Okay, I'm definitely going to implement those strategies as we finalize the presentation.
Wonderful. And one last thing, I think it would be a good idea to build in some interactive elements.
Interesting, like what? I want to make sure we're maximizing audience participation.
Maybe some Q&A sessions or even a brief group activity, just to get people actively involved.
I see what you mean. That would make it a much more dynamic and memorable presentation.
Exactly. The more we can get the audience engaged, the more impactful the whole experience will be.
I'm really liking all of these thoughtful ideas, John. This is going to take our presentation to the next level.
I'm glad you feel that way. Alright, let's put our heads together and start turning these concepts into a reality.
Absolutely, let's do it. With these strategies in our back pocket, I know this presentation is going to be a huge success.
I have no doubt. Alright, presentation prep commences now, let's make it happen.
You got it, partner. This is going to be great. Audience engagement, here we come.
Heck yeah! Alright, let's get to it. The stage is set for an unforgettable presentation experience.
Lesson 16, Pondering the Origins of the New Year.
Hey Anna, did you know that at midnight on the 31st, the year will change to 2002? I wonder who invented this whole idea of the new year.
That's a great question. I'm not entirely sure of the origins, but it's certainly a fascinating tradition that's been around for centuries.
You're right, it is a really old custom. I'm curious to learn more about how and why it started.
Me too. I imagine it has something to do with the cyclical nature of the seasons and the calendar.
Ah, yes, that makes sense. Marking the transition from one year to the next must have been an important way for ancient cultures to keep track of time.
Definitely. And I wonder if there were any spiritual or symbolic meanings attached to the New Year celebration back then.
Good point. It could have been seen as a time of renewal or rebirth in some belief systems.
Exactly. The turning of the calendar could have represented a chance to start fresh and leave the old behind.
That's an interesting perspective. I bet there are all sorts of fascinating cultural traditions and rituals associated with the new year throughout history.
I'm sure there are. It would be really cool to explore how different civilizations and regions have celebrated this annual transition.
Absolutely. There's probably a lot we could learn about human history and the evolution of our calendars and timekeeping.
Definitely. The new year is such a ubiquitous part of our modern lives, but its origins are probably quite complex.
For sure. I'm suddenly really curious to dive into the origins and evolution of this universal celebration.
Me too. This is going to be a fascinating rabbit hole to explore. I can't wait to uncover the fascinating history behind the new year.
Same here. Alright, let's get researching. The mysteries of the new year await.
You got it. This is going to be an illuminating journey into the past. I'm ready to learn all about it.
Excellent. Alright, time to unlock the secrets of the new year. Let's do this.
Lesson 17, A Weekend Getaway Plan.
Hey Anna, I was thinking about planning a quick weekend trip. What do you think about a 2-night stay?
A weekend getaway sounds lovely. A 2-night stay should be just about right. When were you thinking of going?
I was thinking we could leave on Friday evening and come back on Sunday. That way we'd have a full Saturday to explore.
Perfect. That gives us plenty of time without taking too much time off work. Do you have a destination in mind?
I was thinking somewhere not too far, maybe a quaint little town a few hours away. What do you think?
Ooh, that could be really nice. Somewhere with charming shops, good food, and maybe some outdoor activities.
Exactly. I was picturing a cozy bed and breakfast or small boutique hotel. Something with lots of character.
That sounds lovely. And a Saturday to wander around and soak up the local culture would be just ideal.
Absolutely. I think a 2-night stay would allow us to really relax and unwind without feeling too rushed.
I agree. It's the perfect amount of time to get away without feeling like we need a vacation from our vacation.
Ha, exactly. Alright, shall we start looking at some potential destinations then?
Yes, let's do it. I'm so excited to plan a little weekend escape with you.
Wonderful. This is going to be a great chance for us to recharge and enjoy some quality time together.
I couldn't agree more. Alright, let's start brainstorming some ideas for the perfect weekend getaway.
Sounds good to me. Time to start daydreaming about our cozy little retreat. This is going to be amazing.
I know, I can't wait. Okay, let's get searching. The perfect weekend escape awaits.
You bet. Alright, let's do this. A relaxing, romantic weekend is just around the corner.
I'm so ready for it. Let the planning commence. This is going to be the best little trip ever.
Definitely. All right, let's make some magic happen. Our weekend oasis is calling.
Lesson 18: The Value of Single Life.
Hey Anna, I've been pondering this intriguing question: what is the value of a single life compared to a life with a partner?
That's a deep and thought-provoking query. It's not an easy one to answer, that's for sure.
Exactly. There are so many factors to consider: financial, emotional, social. It's a complex issue.
Indeed. On the one hand, being single can offer more freedom and independence. But a partnership also brings its own rewards.
Absolutely. It's not a simple matter of more or less value. It really depends on the individual and their priorities.
Definitely. Some people may feel their single life is worth more, while others thrive in a committed relationship.
Right, and those values can even shift over time as our needs and desires evolve throughout life.
That's a great point. What may seem valuable in our 20s could be very different from what we cherish in our 40s or 50s.
Exactly. It's a very personal and nuanced question without a one-size-fits-all answer.
Completely agree. There's no universal formula to determine the worth of a single life versus a coupled one.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right balance and lifestyle that aligns with our individual values and aspirations.
Precisely. And that balance can look vastly different from person to person.
Absolutely. There's no right or wrong way to approach this, it's about discovering what brings you the most fulfillment.
Exactly. It's a very subjective and complicated issue without any simple solutions.
Definitely. All right, I think we've thoroughly explored the complexities of this fascinating question.
Absolutely. It's been a thought-provoking discussion, that's for sure. Lots to ponder on the value of single life.
Definitely. Okay, time to put our heads together on the next deep philosophical quandary.
Haha, bring it on. I'm ready for the next mind-bending question. This has been a great intellectual exercise.
You know it. All right, let's see what other profound inquiries we can unpack next.